All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Raider Nation Talks. I am your host, Devontae. Today, Tuesday, September 22nd, the day after Monday Night Football. Excuse me so I don't choke. All right, sorry about that. The Raiders are 2-0. And I told y'all, I did my prediction. I did my video last week. I said the Raiders are going to win this game. Now, and I did predict it to be 35-34 by 1 point. 34-24. I'm going to take that even better. Now, I know everybody's talking about Darren Waller, who was an absolute beast last night. I know Josh Jacobs had his run. Jalen did his redemption touchdown after the fumble. It was fun. It was exciting. It was a back and forth. It was down to the wire. It was Raiders 2016 with a little bit of 2001 flair in it. It was exciting. And a good thing to see is how the defense started to step up after the second half. They kind of settled down. Jonathan Abram, still a beast. I'm glad he didn't get hurt too bad after running into that little side truck thing there that was on the sideline. So it's good to see him hop up after that. Second week in a row. 3 penalties the whole game, yo. 3 penalties the whole game. Week number 2 in a row. Yeah. Go check out the stats. Go look. I ain't lying to you. I ain't even lying. Go ahead, look at it. The Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, 3 penalties the whole game. Richie Incognito went out. No Trent Brown. Sam Young hurt. Tyrell Williams out for the year. No Nick Kwiatkowski. Yeah. Raiders banged up like everybody else. Now, I do want to say to the Giant fans and the Niner fans, football condolences goes out to you guys losing Nick Bosa for the year and Saquon Barkley for the year. Those are huge blows because you definitely want to see those gentlemen out there in beast mode doing their thing. So to those fans who lost those players, my football condolences goes out. And we hope for a speedy recovery for those guys. And we'll see them back healthy next year. This, ladies and gentlemen, to get off of the game from last night just for a little bit. And I know a lot of people have been talking about we don't need the preseason games. This is why we need those preseason games. Even if the starters only get 2 preseason games, they play a quarter or maybe half a quarter, or play a half of a game, quarter 1, quarter 2. Anything that these guys need so that their body gets in football shape, they got to do it. So do we need 4 preseason games? Probably not. Should they have 2? Absolutely. Starters has got to play to get some rhythm. They got to get their body ready. They got to go. You need your rookies and your undrafted guys out there. We just need the preseason games for these guys to get in football shape so their bodies can get ready for the season and so that they can have that time for their bodies to, because, these preseason help those guys get out there 1-2 series, maybe 3 series just to get the body get ready to go. Because when you're scrimmaging against your own people, you still don't go as hard as you normally would when you're playing against somebody else. And preseason is important. I know there's a lot of people that don't think preseason is important. This past weekend shows that it is. Because we have how many? 7 people go down with ACL tears? 7? And one weekend of football? That's not okay. It's not okay. We definitely got to have some preseason games. If we do 2 or 3 or 1 and a half. I don't know, but we need them. We got to have them. I'm just saying. They got to be there. So shouts out to all of those teams who lost some people and to the fans who lost some people for the years. Deepest condolences. I hope you guys can rebound. I hope your team rebounds. I hope you guys can bounce back and make some things happen. All right. Now, the Raiders are 2-0. And I mean, 34-24, it definitely looked close. And I know there's a lot of people that's because the Raiders won. They're now saying, is Drew Brees too old? Can he not do it? No. Even Drew Brees, these quarterbacks need their preseason to work on their throwing, to work on their aim, their accuracy, and all other stuff. These preseason helps these guys get mentally, physically, emotionally ready for the season at hand. But to have no preseason and to not have your game one be that actual live game and it be your warm up, like, hey, look, this ain't a warm up, bro. Like, we gotta go out and get it. That's taxing on the body. So, hats off to the Raider staff, the coaches, the training staff, and everybody in there to put our players in a position so that they are ready to go. I know, we have some guys out, but thankfully, so far, no major injuries. And Tyler Williams' shoulder that happened before the season started. So, I can't really count that as far as this is going, but I think we really need to add these preseasons, man, because you definitely want these guys out there, and we definitely want them healthy. So, shout outs there. The Raiders, the defense. That's what we got to talk about, is the defense. And with the young defense that we have, and the leaders and the way things will go, because it started out rough. I mean, everybody watched the game. You know what it is. It started out rough. But to see them bounce back and to see them step up when they needed to step up and make the plays they need to make the plays, even after the fumble, and you thought, okay, the Raiders are still away the game, and the Saints are going to come back. Drew Brees is going to do some Drew Brees magic, and the Raiders are going to lose. No, they kept their own momentum. They battled through adversity. They overcame. And once they got the lead, they didn't let it go. So, hats off. I know there's not a lot of people that's going to give Raiders their due diligence and their props and all the accolades that they deserve to have for this win. But like Derek Carr said, like Coach Gruden said, like, it's not over. Like, you don't need to get too high, you don't need to get too low, because we do have a deadly New England team that we got to go face out in Foxborough. Even though Cam Newton hasn't been like lighting up in the passing yardage, I don't think he's thrown a 200-yard game yet, but he's still running. A running Cam Newton is a dangerous Cam Newton. Like that's letting you know that shoulder is ready. He's putting everybody on notice. My shoulder's good. That's bad. Great test that we just have with the Saints defense. Great test with going against Alvin Kamara. That was a really, really great game and great test for the offense and defense and the mental fortitude of this team and the heart to get ready to go out in Foxborough to play this team. It is not going to be easy. Cam Newton is a very, very different quarterback. That is a different beast of a man. So this is going to be one of those games where the defense needs to continue to elevate. They got to find a way to come in, start hot, start fresh, and get these guys off the field on their first possessions, because right now Carolina was able to drive down on their first possession score, albeit a field goal. Same thing with the Saints, albeit a field goal. Offensively, we got to get ready. We got to get going and get in gear too. Now, I've always been a true believer. It's not how you start, but how you finish. So far, we've been finishing good. Third quarters, as we've been owning it these last two games. I think we got 17 points to 0 in the third quarter, if I think that's what the stats was that I was looking at. But I'll double check those numbers. But man, I said 2-0. I knew they had a chance to win, and I still believe that the Raiders can go into Foxborough, and I think they have a chance to win in there too. I'm telling you guys right now, I have the Raiders going 4-0 before they go against Kansas City, and I'm still sticking to that. New England looks good. Buffalo looks phenomenal. I still think this team has the talent, and they're showing you right now the mental fortitude to go in there and get things done. And if they continue to play mistake-free football like they are, the last 3 games, 3 penalties each. I think last night they had 3 penalties for either 13 yards or 23 yards, I think it was. Um, but if they can continue to do that, um, limit to mistakes, not cause all those bonehead penalties, because the Saints, they was chalking up the penalties, bro. Like they had over 100 yards of penalties. I think they had almost 200 yards in penalties or something like that. Like, the Raiders keep playing the way they are right now. They stay focused, and the defense keeps gelling, because I know it's going to take some time for this defense to gel. And hopefully we get Nick back, get him out there, get ready to rock and roll again. And hey, even with Arnett, same thing that happened with Mullen last year. He struggled the first couple games out there. You got to get your feet, find your footing, understand the NFL is a different beast. It's a lot different than college. Like, these guys are pros. Like, this is, the best of the best of the best that they go against week in, week out. So it's going to take a minute for the defense to get their footing in gel. But to be able to step up and make the plays that they need to make when they need to make them is huge different than what they were doing last year. Because last year, they weren't making those stops. They weren't making those plays. They weren't putting people away like they need to. And that's huge. That's what we need to see. That's how things need to be. So I think defensively, they got to keep growing. There's still a lot of work, still a lot of things we need to improve on. It's good to get the first turnover. We don't have any sacks yet, so that's got to come. But they're getting there, and it's going to take some time, because hey, our defense hasn't had a preseason either. So it's coming. It was good to see Edwards get in there and get some fills, and I know they use him. I know Ruggs only had 1 catch for 4 yards, but just to be the decoy, just to be out there and give them that fear of holy crap. And there were like 3 times they went for him deep. I know we missed one. I don't know how Carr overthrew somebody that runs that fast, but he overthrew the first one, and then the second 2 were pass interference calls. So that's huge. That just shows you the dynamic of our offense. Last week against Carolina, Josh Jacobs ran for 3 touchdowns. This week, Carr due for 3 touchdowns. That's showing like we have the offense and the talent around our offense to beat anyone, any way you want to stop. So you want to take away Darren Waller? Cool. We're going to beat you with the run game. Oh, you want to take away Jacobs? Cool. We're going to go over top with Darren Waller. Oh, you want to take away Darren Waller? You want to stop the run? Fine. We're going to beat you with Ruggs. Like, we have the weapons around us, the components to any given Sunday. Anybody can have a hot hand and go off. Edwards can blow up. Ruggs can blow up. Zay Jones can blow up. Nelson Aguilar can blow up. Hunter Renfrow can become first in Renfrow or Renfrow TD. Like, I mean, it could. All of the weapons we have around us is phenomenal. And for John Simpson, the rookie, to come in at fourth-round offensive guard we got from Clemson, to come in and pick up and play when Richie Incognito got hurt. His ankle was still bottom. And for him to come in and play that guard position as a rookie against that defensive front and hold his own, along with Denzel Good still holding down the right tackle and playing the way he's playing. Yeah. I mean, plug and play. I know it's always the next man up mentality, but these guys are doing it, and they're excelling at doing it. And it is a thrill to watch these guys play the way they're playing. I know Josh Jacobs himself didn't have 100 yards rushing. He had like 80 or 88 yards. But as a team, the Raiders did have over 100 yards rushing. And I do believe that's the first time the Saints gave up 100 yards on the ground to any team in 44 games. Now, they still haven't given up a 100-yard runner. Their defense is stout. But we did get over 100 yards on the ground. So just an overall phenomenal performance. And for everybody that was been saying Derek Carr sucks, he needs to go, get rid of him. I told you guys in the offseason, and I'll tell you guys now, whoever feels that way, don't jump on the bandwagon. Like, you hate Carr then, you're talking junk about him, Keep on hating them. Like don't start singing praises now, because there's a lot of Raider fans out there that was talking junk. There's a lot of media people out there talking junk about Derek Carr, and that's why Carr said, "I'm tired of being disrespected," and what he's doing right now is showing it. He was a better quarterback last night than a first-round Hall of Famer in Drew Brees, and Carr is coming out and he's not done. If you haven't watched his press conference after the game, watch that press conference, because he'll tell you, you can see it in his eyes. You can see if Carr wasn't a Christian man, if he wasn't about his faith, he would have probably been out there cussing. Like, he'd have been like, yo, fuck y'all, fuck this. Like, he would have been dropping F-bombs on the media. He'd have been dropping up, like, he'd like, fuck all y'all, I don't care, I'm out. Like, but look in his eyes as he's having his interview. Look in his eyes. Look at his eyes and see how serious this man is. Like, Carr is not playing this year. This is going to be a different version of Carr. And I'm not talking the 2016 version that went to that had that chance to be an MVP and he was in the count runnings. Like, take that Carr but amplify by like a million. Because you got to understand, he dedicated this season to his idol, Kobe Bryant. That's why he's wearing that sleeve. He's coming out with that mama mentality. He is focused. He is ready to go. This is a Carr. This is a Derek Carr that we either have been waiting to see or we probably didn't know was there. One of the two. I haven't been waiting to see it because his senior year in Fresno State, the man threw for 50 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So he's got it there. He's in there. Now he's got the weapons. Now he's got the talent. Now he's got the team. Watch his press conference. Listen to the man, and let's get him ready to go. On a side note for Raider fans, the game that we should have saw last year that we didn't get to see in the playoffs, Kansas City versus Baltimore, that is going to be a phenomenal game. I do believe that is a Thursday night game or next Monday, but check your local listings for that. Look out for that game. That is going to be a huge, huge game to watch because the Chiefs play Baltimore this year, but we do not. So anytime we can get a leg up on them and take a win, we can do that. Denver has some injuries this offseason, this past weekend with some of their games, especially with Drew Lock going down at quarterback. He's going to be out 3 to 5 weeks. They lost, I think, Melvin Gordon or somebody else. They lost a couple people for a good amount of time. So that's going to give us an advantage as well in the division, because I do believe Broncos is going to be dangerous until they suffer those injuries. And keep an eye out on the Chargers too. I did not know they were going to start their rookie this past Sunday, and they started him, and he held his own. I mean, for the Chiefs to only win by 3 games against the Chargers and with a rookie quarterback, that says a lot about that player. 2023, I think, was the final score there. But watch those highlights too if you get a chance. But that's all I got for today. I am actually in the middle of making some dinner, so I got to get that done. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Again, once we get to 25 subscribers, we'll be able to open up the Zoom. We'll be able to talk ball. Any Patriot fans out there that want to jump on, subscribe, like, smash the like button, hit the subscribe, bing that bell. And once I get to 25, man, it don't matter if you're a Patriot fan, if you're a Bronco fan, you're a Charger fan, you're a Buffalo fan, you're a Jets fan. I want everybody to come on and let's just talk some real ball. Let's not disrespect anyone. Represent your team, and let's just talk football. Let's be proud. Let's be happy that we got the ball, and let's not disrespect anyone. We got enough hate going on. Let's have some love, and I want to do that on this channel. So even though this is called Raider Nation Talks, I do want everyone that loves football to feel free to come over here, come on the channel, leave your comments, and let's talk ball. Let's talk before game. We talk after game. Let's rap, man. Let's talk ball. And I'm an honest person. I like to be very candid and direct about how I see the Raiders matching up. This particular team with New England, I think the Raiders do have the advantage, especially with Cam still trying to get the feel for the offense and everything, and that's why I think they're limiting that. I think our defense matches well with their offense, and I think our offense matches well with their defense. I think we got the speed to do some things on that side of the ball. So this is going to be a really, really interesting game to see. The cool part about this one, and what gives the Raiders the edge in this one, is that it's only week 3. It's still going to be somewhat warm. I know we're talking about Boston weather, which is never warm, besides maybe 2 weeks out of the year. But it's early in the year, so we shouldn't have to deal with like super cold temperatures, and we should be able to get out there and compete and put them on notice, and they are taking notice. Everyone right now is taking notice of the Raiders because everyone, so-called experts, had the Saints to go into Las Vegas, destroy the Raiders, and then keep it moving. It's not that team. And if you listen to what this team has been doing this offseason, if you hear the words that these guys have been saying during the offseason, you know this is not that team. When everybody is saying the same thing, we are working, we're unified. We're working, we're unified. It's a us mentality. We don't care about who has how many touches. We just care about the W. When you got a bunch of young guys that have that us mentality, I don't care if I get 90 yards or 4 touchdowns. I just want to win. When you got people in your building like that, and they are playing for each other, and they are having fun playing for each other, and there's a true bond like they have, they gonna do some things. They gonna do some things. And I'm telling you, I got the Raiders. I have the Raiders beating New England. Now, I had them beating New England. I think I had it 24-20. So we'll see how that goes. And I also have them beating Buffalo, who, as we all see, is still balling. Like Buffalo 2-0. Like, that's a legit team. That is going to be a challenge as well. I still have the Raiders beating them because I think the Raiders have the better offense. I think their defense is slightly better. I mean, that's probably biased. But I don't know everybody that they have on Buffalo. So I can't really say, like we're not going to go in there and crush them. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. New England lost a lot of their starters because a lot of their starters opt out. I still think the Raiders have a chance of going in there and winning the game. Does that mean that New England is going to be a pushover? No, this is not going to be an easy win. Like New England's going to come, like New England's ready for the challenge, and they're going to be up for it, and they're going to be ready to ball. This is going to be one of those games. I think the Raiders are going to win it. Like I said, about 24-20. I think it's going to be the score. It's going to be one of those back and forth games. But I do think we have the talent to pull off the win. Now, can New England win this game? Absolutely. Cam Newton is no joke. They still have weapons out there. They still have solid defense out there. They have a top 10 defense. This isn't going to be a walk in the park game. If Oakland comes in and just decides to shit the bed, excuse me, Las Vegas, I said Oakland. If the Raiders come in there and decides not to play how they've been playing and they start committing those stupid penalties and all the other stuff, they're probably going to lose because New England is no joke. They got to continue to play the way they've been playing. The most important number that no one's really taking a look at is those penalties. 3 penalties each game for like 20 yards or less. That is a huge, 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 huge factor for this team. They are not beating themselves, and that's what it comes down to. They're not making those mistakes where they're causing themselves plays. Keep an eye on that. Watch that out because that's going to be the key. If they can continue to do that and not hurt themselves, they are going to go a very, very, very far way. And they're not going to be like the 7th seed like everybody's thinking they have to be. They're going to be a number 3 seed or number 2 seed or number 4 seed, or even fight for number 1. Watch out for this team. I'm telling you. All right. Now I'm out because I'm probably burning dinner. Thank God I got it in the crock pot. I ain't got to rush. But comments below. Hit the subscribe button. Clean that bell. Leave your comments. 25 subscribers. I'll be able to open up the Zoom. And we'll be able to talk ball, video chat it up. And I'll post those videos. And then people can comment on those as well. I'm excited that we got football. Remember, most importantly, please, 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 y'all, when you see other fans down there leaving comments, please don't leave negative comments. Don't disrespect. Let's talk ball because that's what this is all about. Let's just talk ball. Like, I want to learn about your teams and say, okay, like, let's talk about who they have and how they match up and just talk ball that we don't get to hear from these so-called professionals. I think there's a lot of fans that made me know a little bit more about what these so-called professionals do, or I think a lot of these professionals are just biased and they close-minded and they like who they like and don't like who they don't like, and I want this to be an open channel. I want to learn and I want to try to figure out because I love ball. And just like I just dropped the game against the Chiefs in Baltimore, I think that's going to be a huge game. It's going to be a good game and a fun game to watch. I think everybody should check that out. So subscribe, hit the bell, leave your comments. Let's get on this YouTube, man, and let's talk. All right, y'all be safe, stay healthy. When you go out, wear your mask because you never know if you have the COVID-19 and you don't want to be the one to bring this coronavirus home to one of your loved ones and then them getting sick and dying. So that's the whole point of the mask thing. I know a lot of people don't want to wear it, but just wear it because I don't want to be responsible for taking out one of my loved ones. I know you don't want to be responsible for taking out one of your loved ones. Be safe, be kind, be smart, show love. Raider Nation for love. I'm out. Deuces.